All right. Hey, welcome back. It is Friday. If you're listening to this in order, it's actually Black Friday if you're listening to this on the day it came out, which helps me to think of what we're going to talk about today. Let me read to you a passage from the Gospel of Luke, Luke chapter 12, starting in verse 13. Somebody in the crowd said to Jesus, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." But Jesus said to them, "Man, who made me a judge or arbiter over you?" And he said to them, "Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." Jesus says one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. He told him a parable saying, "The land of a rich man produced plentifully. And he thought to himself, 'What shall I do? For I have nowhere to store my crops.' And he said, 'I will do this. I will tear down my barns and build larger ones. And then I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, and be merry.' But God said to him, 'Fool, this night your soul is required of you. And these things that you have prepared, whose will they be? So is the one who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God.'" What a perfect verse to share on Black Friday, which in the United States is allegedly the start of the Christmas hoarding shopping season, although Black Friday sales have been creeping back until like September at this point. But I just want to bring out the truth to you that more stuff is not going to make you happier. Think about all of the stuff in your house. This would be a great exercise to do today. Walk around your house and catalog all of the things that no longer bring you any kind of particular happiness. They're just things that you store. Think about how at one point you thought those things were going to provide you happiness, but they don't. Why? Because more stuff does not bring us happiness. So as you enter into these next few weeks, as you go from Thanksgiving to Christmas, can we remember that Christmas is supposed to be the celebration of the gift of God? It's not the celebration of me and hoarding stuff. It's not the celebration of you and hoarding stuff. And what if this Christmas were different for you? What if at the end of this Christmas, you actually had less possessions because you gave more away? For the course of 2025, do you think you would be happier or more depressed if you had less possessions in your house? For the course of eternity, do you think you will be more rewarded by God or less rewarded by God if you learn to give away more than you amass and more than you keep? Look, more stuff is not going to make you more happy. So why would we become more enslaved to more stuff? So maybe over the next few days, one thing is resist buying things just because they're on sale. Resist buying things just because they're the latest, greatest update for the current thing you already own. Buy things that you actually need that will last, that will have utility. Don't buy things just because everybody else is buying them. And more importantly, how can you be an agent of generosity over these next several weeks and then for the rest of your life? But especially over this Christmas time, how can you be an agent of generosity for Jesus rather than a consumer? A consumer consumes things and you want to be a contributor. You want to give. You want to model Jesus out. So I hope I have not destroyed your Black Friday Amazon.com sales. But I hope that you don't waste a lot of your money, and I hope that you don't fill your house with things that you don't really care about. More stuff is not going to make you more happy. What makes me happy actually is experiences and people. Stuff makes me happy for a little bit, but when I have really rich experiences with people that I love, that really matters. When I have spiritual interactions, when I have that kind of interaction with the Lord, that gets me thrilled. So make this a year where you are more generous, less consuming. And my guess is in doing so, your heart for gratitude will grow, your generosity will grow, and your joy will grow in the process. So let's test it out and let's see what the Lord does. And if it doesn't work, if you're more miserable, if you feel like you really missed out, then go ahead and be a consumer in 2026. Hoard as much stuff as you want, gather it all in. But maybe for this year, let's experiment and see if less stuff can increase our joy and increase our generosity. I hope it works out for you. I pray that it will. I actually trust that it will. We'll talk to you soon.